everybody, and welcome in. Hi, it's your favorite new college football podcast, Snaps. I'm super excited to be here with my best friend, Aaron Murray. He sure does have a great smile. I mean, look at this guy. Don't you just want to cuddle up with him in front of a fire, give a nice warm hug? Welcome into a brand new edition of Snaps, your new favorite college football host. I'm your host, T-Bob Hebert, or you can call me Olaf today, as I'm feeling a little festive, boys. It's a Christmas-themed episode of Snaps, and I'm ready to feed you up some piping hot. In fact, you could almost call them summer hot college football takes as we hand out a little naughty or nice list on today's show. Mr. Aaron Murray is the other host of today's show. If you're listening on podcast, I have a full adult-sized Olaf costume on here. What's going on? That is interesting. I guess the majority of our audience actually listens on podcasts, so I just realized this bit is not really going to land for 90% of y'all. But to all the real ones here in chat, shout out, because you're getting it. Aaron, what's up, dude? How you doing today, man?
I need that in my life. I actually just took a picture of that and sent to my wife. My son is obsessed with Frozen. We watch Frozen 1 and 2 at least 5 times each per week. We actually rewatched Frozen 2 last night for the 20th time in the past 2 weeks. He loves Olaf, who he calls Olaf. Olaf, so funny. What do they do? Like, what does Frozen do? What subliminal messages in Frozen, T-Bob, that these kids are obsessed? I know your girls are probably obsessed with it.
Yeah, they were for years. I think they watched their way kind of out of it in a lot of ways.
Oh,
I mean, look, okay, I think the first one, first off, it's got magic, which kids love. It's got an adorable little snowman, as you see right now, which kids love. The first music is incredibly catchy. The first soundtrack is, like, I remember before I ever had kids, in 2013 when it came out, Frozen 1 became my hey, I'm in a great mood. I need to listen to something happy. Like, it became my listen to something happy album. Like, I used to roll around listening to Frozen 1 constantly. Now, when you're talking about Frozen 2, it's a bit interesting. I think Frozen 2 is much more epic in a lot of ways, right? Like, you're talking about Elsa being the hidden kind of fifth element of power, and the soundtrack reflects that, where you leave Frozen 2 and you're like, that was pretty good, but, like, I don't know if I thought the music was as catchy as the first one, and maybe it's not on the surface, but then you start listening and you're like, oh, wait, like, Into the Unknown, like, Into the Unknown's incredible. Some Things Never Change is a banger. I'm blanking right now. But the bottom line is that Frozen 2, I think, has more depth than Frozen 1 does. And Frozen 1's a great kind of get your hooks in the kids. But I think they're all awesome, man. There's somebody to cheer for, too, for every kid. If you're a boy, like Kristoff, it's the best.
I don't know. I think my son likes all of the characters. Now the thing is, they have all these little spin-offs. So the Olaf, I keep saying Olaf because he calls it Olaf. Olaf has his own little mini series of episodes. So, like, we try to get him to watch those, but they're only like 5 minutes long. So, like, that I know we run through that in one night. You're like, golly, they need a 3.
So those are very,
Frozen. Please give me a new Frozen so I can watch something else.
Those Olaf shorts are very funny. It is Olaf telling classic Disney tales in about 5 minutes. Hello, though. I am Russian version to get around copyright. My name is Olaf, and I love you kids. I am very excited for summer. So you come with me. We sing, we dance, we have a good time, okay? Olaf here checking in. Look, we are going to talk some college football today, though. I'm sorry, I did not. I mean, I should have known, but I didn't expect it to go full Frozen when I put on the costume. That's fair. That's fair.
T-Bob puts on large adult-sized costume without telling one. Surprised he derailed show.
My wife just texted me and said, "Where did T-Bob get that costume from? Because you're going to be wearing it for Christmas." So
imagine this. The internet. I'm not exactly sure where. I've had it for a few years now. I had it since I had when my first daughter was born, and I don't know. It's a fun costume. Like, it's very comfortable. I did an entire 5-hour pregame show. It was 3 hours, but I basically wore this for 5 hours straight. But it's comfy, man. You see this little mesh? I feel like I can see good. I mean, if I can read my notes. Like today on the show, we're going to talk about a naughty and nice list, right? And even though I'm constantly threatening my daughters here with, hey, if you don't listen, man, I got elves running back and forth from the North Pole line, and I don't want to have to report anything bad. Well, the same thing with some of these college football characters, as we are going to give out some nice lists and some gifts, and we're going to give out the naughty list. And you know what you get on the naughty list? You get Cole. Before we start, I do have great news, Aaron. I know that there was a lot of concern about Easter potentially putting together a package that was going to lure Rudolph away from the North Pole. But I have been in contact, as I said, with some of my sources up there in the North Pole, very close to Mrs. Claus and the entire Claus family. And it looks like Chris Kringle has done a great job of kind of rallying the North Pole booster base, right? He's gotten everybody together. He's managed to amass the resources, and it looks like Rudolph will once again be leading Santa's sleigh this Christmas. Great news. I get it. Rudolph's got a big profile. I will not fault anybody for maximizing their worth or trying to get what they earned, but it just wouldn't have been the same if it wasn't, especially with this freeze coming, would not have been the same if it wasn't Rudolph leading that sleigh. Happy to report that he is locked in, good to go, no conditioning concerns. Blitzen was telling me he stayed in great shape, so here in a couple days, Rudolph's ready to go once again, dude. Very happy. Great news.
I'm a little bit surprised. Rumor was the South Pole was throwing on some major NIL money, like $5 million. To get him to come to the dark side. It's a little warm. It's a little sunnier. Ladies got nice tans. Very enticing for Rudolph. But my man stuck it out, stayed with his commitment. Big shout out to Rudolph.
Look, and you know what? He's still a high character guy. As I said, I'm not going to fault anybody for trying to maximize their value. Comet and Cupid may be mentioned in a song, but I don't see no song about Comet and Cupid. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
there's
get
people
yours,
who ride
Rudolph.
on the sleigh, and there's some people who are pulling the sleigh, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes, exactly. And we all know when the shit hits the fan where Santa turns for help, okay? And, if you look at this weather this weekend, it looks like it's going to be one where Rudolph's skills are going to come in a little extra handy. So shout out to everybody, the power brokers, the bagmen of the North Pole, getting it done and saving Christmas. All right, let's talk a little CFB Christmas.
I don't know if you can see as well in the chat, but the chat is obviously lively right now. Rudolph's overrated. His line carries him. Rudolph's not a locker room guy, and then Avo comes in and goes, "What the hell is happening?"
No, dude. Look. Just because you maximize your NIL value does not make you a bad teammate, okay? Rudolph is a bit like Will Anderson and Bryce Young. Rudolph will play in the bowl game. He is committed to the cause, but look, man, he's got a family to feed too, okay? Remember his sexy little thing from the old, what is the old, what's Rankin and Bass, the old Claymations. He had that sexy little thing, Clarice, floating around with him. Well, guess what, man? Hey, Clarice is in Rudolph's ear saying, hey, you got to get what's yours, okay? Yeah, I mean, you're the ones that they used to ostracize, not let you play the games. Who's the top dog now, okay? Who eats first when the reindeer feed comes out? All I'm saying is Rudolph's got to get his, and I don't fault him for it, okay? And I'm not going to take any character slander over my guy whose nose burns so bright for so many. Is Rudolph soft? Ooh, the poll's looking like maybe it is. Oh, I hate to see it. Hate to see it. Well, Aaron, that does kind of bring us, though, to our first on our first recipients of the nice list. As I get out my scroll and I look here, straight from the North Pole, and it looks like Santa Claus agrees with you, Aaron Murray. Bryce Young and Will Anderson playing in the bowl games. Just a couple of good bros getting it done, just wanting to go out there with the boys one more time. Aaron Murray, how happy? What would you give Will Anderson and Bryce Young for playing in these bowl games?
Oh man, I'd find some, one of Nick Saban's Mercedes-Benz dealerships and give them some nice G-Wagons as Christmas gifts for them. I mean, can he do that once they graduate? Can he like gift them a G-Wagon, or can he even get involved? I don't know. Whatever. That is what I would give them. And speaking of G-Wagons, another primetime quarterback that he hasn't officially announced or not. I don't know if you heard him come out and say anything or heard what he said the other day, but Spencer Rattler came out the other day and said, you know what? I'm playing this game because Shane Beamer's done so much for me. I appreciate him, and that's why I decided to play. Kind of to me like hinting that he's leaving. So him, same thing, like, hey, man, I'm coming back. I'm playing this bowl game for my coach, for my team. Who knows if he decides to end up going to the NFL
So
or
he's
not.
going to the NFL, you're saying?
Based on what he said, it seemed very likely that he will be heading to the NFL. Like, he literally said, I'm playing this game because I appreciate what Coach Beamer has done for me and taking a chance on me.
Yeah, and look, by the end of the year, sorry, I know you can't actually.
But no, I'll just say like, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about that thing. But like, it just shows you that these kids are they want to play in the bowl game. They want to have some fun. They want to be their boys. They want to, pay tribute to their coaches, to their fan base. One last go at it. But yes, nice, big Spencer Rattler. That's why I was thinking about Spencer Rattler, but the Mercedes thing. He's sporting a brand new Benz right now, a nice little G-Wagon. Okay. Give the boys in Alabama a nice new G-Wagon for Christmas for them going out there and making sure they don't get embarrassed there in the down there in New Orleans.
I'll come out and say it. I think G-Wagons are lame as hell. G-Wagons are one of those things that, to me, they themselves are not inherently good looking. It's just that society has deemed that it's a badass car, and you know how expensive it is. So when you see someone in it, you're like, ooh, that's badass. But I don't know, man. Objectively, it just looks like you're driving a cardboard box. Like, I hate the shape of it. I hate the feel of it. I think G-Wagon might be the most overrated car on the road. Felt like this for years. If anything, I would want one of those like massive Mercedes Sprinter vans. That's basically like a little mini RV. Give me that over G-Wagon 10 times out of 10, dude. You're a little G-Wagon boy. I can already see it. See it on your face.
See, I think Range Rover is more overrated. I think the G-Wagon's a little
I'd agree with that as well.
Yes, maybe because I live in Buckhead, Atlanta, and every Buckhead mom is out there driving a Range Rover right now. So you don't see them as much. I do think you can spruce them up, but you would, Mr. Minivan guy, definitely go with the Sprinter van, which you may not need. The only thing I don't like about either car, they really don't have a third row. That's the problem. It's only a 2-row car. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not even practical. So at a certain point, like, what are we doing out here? You're just paying for clout. If you buy a G-Wagon, there's no utility, and it infuriates me. What does Sharon drive, if you don't mind me asking?
Sharon drives a Lexus. Nice, reliable.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. Nice. Great car. I mean, not to brag, it's not a 3-year lease on a Toyota Camry, but hey, play your cards right, Aaron, and maybe you can get there as well one day.
She's coming around to the minivan. She's coming around.
Here we go. What is Andy J says G-Wagon suck. I'd rather take a Toyota Land Cruiser. I mean, I don't know. I kind of put them all in the same category a little bit. You should come around in the minivan, Aaron. It's legitimately the best life. First up on the naughty list. I see our list that we have prepared here. I have a couple that, I probably want to put on here. Aaron, who do you want to put on the naughty list?
I'm going to put on the naughty list JT Daniels. Like I was hyping up his basement, and we gave him options for universities that he can attend. My man's been from USC to Georgia to West Virginia. Like, that man cave is going to be badass. Like, you got national championship ring. You got some big brands, 2 of the biggest brands on each coast. West Virginia is still pretty cool. I like their jersey. I think that's a nice one to put on the wall. And then you go to Rice. Like, what are you doing with Rice? Like, what are you going to do with the Rice jersey? Congratulations to him. You extended your career. He went to a place. That's why I felt like he should go to a place that's a G5 an hour Power 5 school. Go somewhere where you could play right away. I know you were thinking Nebraska. I was thinking maybe USF down there in Florida. Nice little place, nice offense for him. But he goes to Rice. Just doesn't really do it a lot for me when it comes to the the beauty of what his man cave could be, unfortunately. So I don't know if you kind of bury that somewhere else. Maybe you put it in the bathroom and not really in the actual man cave, and make sure those three look pristine.
No, look, no. Without a doubt, Snaps will be sending him coal for his man cave. But no, you wear that Rice jersey with pride. You know why, Aaron? You're talking about a program on the rise. That's right. Rice is here. Yes, they lost their last 4 games. Okay, so they were 5-4. They finished 5-8. But they made a bowl game purely because of academics. That's a team that is traditionally horrible. They're in Conference USA, which, G5, not Power 5, which is a bit disappointing. I get all of the reasons why you're upset with JT Daniels, but you still cannot hide that light under a bushel. When it's all said and done, he will have started for 4 different college teams, and all 4 different college teams need to have those jerseys in that man cave. Next up, or you know what? I'll go ahead and I'll do a little naughty list. And look, I'll say the guy that we ripped on yesterday, I'm going to put 2 people on, Mario Cristobal and Brent Venables, for being frauds and for being on the naughty list, for vastly underachieving relative to the talent that you have. Look at me. Look at me in the eyes. Look at me right now. Okay, there is no excuse for how bad you were in the ACC, Mario Cristobal, based on the talent you have. And especially you, Venables. Those Big 12 rosters, look, exciting conference. I love the conference, okay? But those Big 12 rosters were not near what Oklahoma had this year, and yet you were awful. You weren't even close, okay? That's naughty list type shit. And look, I see you. You're trying to put your best foot forward. You're doing pretty good at recruiting right now. But if I don't get some follow-through next year, I'm going to put you on there permanently. Cristobal and Brent Venables, both on my naughty list.
All right, Cristobal, Miami, just to give a little update on the recruiting rankings right now. Miami still number 3, got 3 5-stars.
Yeah,
Your
awesome.
LSU Tigers dropped behind the Ohio State University. Oregon is kicking some butt out there. Oregon with 27 commits right now. They've got a lot of guys flipping today, so it's been interesting to follow those guys along. All right, I'm gonna give a little nice list. Someone who deserves maybe a pair of Jordans or a few Jordans or just a Jordan deal in general, because they are a Jordan school. And I'm talking about the North Carolina Tar Heels. Drake Maye reports out yesterday that $5 million was offered to him, not by one university, but by 2 universities. That's a lot of money to say no to. I don't know if it was over a 1-year deal or a 2-year deal, whatever. It would be hard for me at the age of 20 years old to tell mom and dad, hey, X university or a collective that represents X university just called and said, hey, I'll give you $5 million next year. But he resisted. He said, no. I've committed to North Carolina. This is a school I wanted to go to. I believe his dad and brother played other sports in North Carolina. He's from the state of North Carolina. Previously committed to Alabama. He said, no. I want to be a Tar Heel. It's in my blood. Had a great season. Obviously, a lot of Heisman hype this year. Had every opportunity to go to Alabama or Georgia or wherever he wanted to go, besides probably USC. He could have said, I want to be the quarterback at X university next year. I want to go make a ton of money. I want to put myself in a position to win a Heisman. I want to be able to put myself in a position to go win a national championship. And no one would have faulted him. No one. I don't think anyone would have been upset. But the fact that he stayed committed to the university is obviously a rare thing nowadays. So I do applaud him. And for that, like I said, let's get him a nice Jordan deal. Like Michael Jordan. I know you're a basketball dude. I know that you love your university, though. And you love North Carolina and you love that baby blue. Drake may be the best quarterback that's ever come through North Carolina. Hook the man up. You got plenty of cash. Come on. Give him a deal.
Okay, wait, real quick, because I may have missed this. That $5 million number you pulled out, was that hypothetical, or do we know that Drake Maye turned down $5 million?
No, it has been confirmed from multiple sources that he had been offered $5 million from 2 universities. Yes.
Oh, wow. Ooh, I don't know. I mean, good on him. It's funny, though, because your tone has changed a bit here, Aaron, because before he ever even knew about the money, you wanted Drake Maye to go to Alabama. You wanted to see him.
I think it'd be smart for him.
Choice. Yeah. Surely then, I mean.
As a person, he made the right choice. As a football player, he made the wrong choice. As like a good human being. As a human being, Aaron?
Would you have taken
If
the
I was at
$5
North
million,
Carolina-
or would you have stayed?
Yes. Yes. If I was at North Carolina, I would have left. And
Yeah, I'd have
I
taken
look
the
at my
$5 million.
situation in North Carolina and I say, can you win a Heisman at North Carolina? I don't think it's ever been done. Not saying it can't be done. And he'll be better positioned next year because a lot of people know who he is. But if he went to Georgia or Alabama and went undefeated, won an SEC championship game, he would be the Heisman favorite by a long shot. A long shot. So you just set yourself up for greatness for life. So from a football selfishness perspective and a money perspective, yes, my ass would have been in the portal looking to get that $5 million, go win a natty, go be a top 5 pick in the NFL draft. As a decent person, I love what he did.
I really hope that surely UNC's got to pay him at least $4 million, right? Like, because if I'm going to UNC and they're like I don't know, man, it's like if I just don't. There's no way you can turn down $5 million if without some reassurances that you are at least going to make back 75% of that. Maybe like 3.8, 3.9, something around there. I agree with you. MJ, it's time for you to reward him for being such a good boy with one of them fat Nike contracts. You agree with this? Blake Walters says, Drake Maye, overrated. Really struggled against the good defenses he played. Has high potential, but did against bad teams this year. Also, Mac Brown can recruit, but can he coach anymore? Aaron, is Drake Maye overrated?
No. Drake Maye is not overrated. You have to go back and watch my video or segment we did on him like a month or two ago. Listen, he's young still. His first year really starting. I think there's a lot of talent there. I think he reminds me fundamentally wise a lot. And I know everyone hates the comparison game, but we have to do comparisons just to kind of get a feel for what the potential can be. It reminds me a lot of Aaron Rodgers with his fundamentals. Nice, quick release, compact feet with inside the pocket. I think he is pretty good arm strength. It's kind of hard to judge that on film and not seeing him in person, but it's got some good zip, anticipation, accuracy, hits a lot of things I like, and would love to just see him being paired up. I know he had some decent talent around him, and they had a good receiver there at North Carolina, but would have loved to see him on a better football team to really see him flourish. Yeah.
Look, I'm very excited. Ever since you told me that, I always talk about, I trust your quarterback evaluation overall because you watch the tape. And ever since you pointed out the Rodgers similarities, I've kind of been watching him with a more keen eye. Okay, my next on this list, I'm going to pull a little switcheroo. Okay. I'm going to take someone who has perennially been on the naughty list. Being a general grump, yelling at reporters, throwing tantrums on the sideline. But somehow, somewhere along the way, Nick Saban got off of the naughty list, and I'm actually putting Nick Saban on the nice list. It sounds wild, Aaron. I don't know if you've quite noticed it, but really look at what Nick Saban's done the last couple of years. And now you can be cynical about everything I'm about to say, and I don't doubt your cynicism, because I do believe that everything that Nick Saban does is in pursuit of winning, right? But that said, during 2020, during a lot of these social justice issues, as these old men were having to figure out things that they had never thought about before and how best to handle them and how to be there for their players, Nick Saban was the one leading the march at Alabama. When you think about getting your players paid and preparing them to get paid and how to handle NIL deals, Nick Saban, I think, did a very good job in managing that locker room, managing the personalities, getting kids paid and not having it break the team, while also being very honest about how he felt about the entire situation in public. Nick Saban is very much on the record as talking about, look, it's a little harder to be as mean once you become a grandparent. And I think old age, a changing of the youth that he is dealing with and how to deal with said youth. You see him being super defensive and complimentary of his players constantly in the media. And look, I don't think that you have the number 1 and number 2 overall player on the draft big boards stick around for a bowl game that is not a championship unless they feel beholden to Papa Nick and the culture that he has helped to create there at Alabama. And now with Kirby set to become the new big bad, a little bit of Saban's edge is gone. So as much as it pains me, I am putting Nick Saban on the nice list. Now maybe he's getting soft. So a lot of people say maybe he's getting soft, but I don't know. We'll see. It looks like National Sign Day is going pretty damn well. But yeah, I hate it. Crimson Emperor actually on the nice list this year.
Well, that's because you're trying to move Kirby to the naughty list. Let's just be honest. Like you have now. You said it yesterday. Like the new evil empire is it Georgia. The new evil empire or emperor is Kirby Smart. So that's why you're putting him on the nice list. I get it. You're trying to make us the bad guy. Make Georgia the bad guy.
Done that.
It's okay.
No, it's like Star Wars. It's
you're
like
just
Star
envious.
Wars.
You're a hater.
Nope. It's like Star Wars when Anakin tells Obi-Wan, "You've turned her against me." It's like, you've done that yourself. That's you, Georgia. Mm-hmm. You've done this yourself, okay? You thought you were plucky. You thought you were cool. But when you beat the shit out of everybody by 30 every weekend for 2 years, it's not tight for everybody else. It's only tight for you, okay? So you literally cannot avoid it. You are the bad guy, or you will be if you don't completely fail and choke and fail to win a national championship. So no pressure, because if you do, then you're a laughing stock once again, and Nick Saban remains the best.
All right, so I do agree with Kirby Visor in the chat. Like, I don't know why T-Bob. Georgia is not LSU's enemy. We are on the other side. We rarely play each other. But T-Bob, for some reason, has some vendetta against the Dogs.
This is not an LSU thing. This is not an LSU thing.
To get off his chest. This is clearly an LSU thing. All right. I want to get to my next little gift, and I'm going to continue to be nice and give out some presents this holiday season. I'm going to give a little present to the Pac-12. This is a conference that may not be getting presents anymore in the near future. Who knows? The Pac-12, are you going to be alive in 2 years to be able to give enjoy the gift of Christmas and the holiday season, a little Hanukkah action, and spin the dreidel? I don't know. I'm not feeling too good about it. I think the Big Ten is not done yet. I think the Big Ten is going to go after Oregon. I think they're going to go after Washington. And then where are you going to go from there as all your big stars are walking out? USC, UCLA officially granted the rights from the Board of Regents to go to the Big Ten. Like I said, I do not think the Big Ten is done poaching the Pac-12. But listen, if you're going to go out big. And the Pac-12 went out in a big way this season. UCLA played well. They had a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback. UCLA played well. Oregon played well. Washington played well. Washington State played well. It was a very, very good, very competitive conference. I would say the third most competitive conference in the country this year, of the Power Five. SEC being 1, Big 12 being 2, Pac-12 being 3, followed by the Big 10, and then the ACC. So if you're only going to get a couple more years of gifts, I'm not going to ruin it by giving you some coal. I'm going to applaud you for staying alive, doing your thing, having some success, making some noise, winning a Heisman, and making football relevant on the West Coast. I think that's the biggest thing for me. Football has been so focused in such a small pocket of the United States, the Southeast. Then you get a little bit in Ohio and Michigan, a little bit in Texas, but that's it. And then all of a sudden now I really feel like people on the West Coast, still prefer to go to the beach on a hot Saturday afternoon, but they are tuning in a little bit more to watch those teams out there on the West Coast. Yeah. So I appreciate it. I thank you, and it's good for the health. It's good for the health of college football.
I agree, which is funny because, like you said, we're going to shatter it in 2 years. Next on the naughty list is Lori Harris Gonzalez in the chat, who says, "Not a fan of this show. What's up with the it's hard to read, creepy costumes?" Hey, Lori, it's okay. Look, I get it. We all like different things. I need you to do me a favor, though. You're on the naughty list, so I apologize, but you kind of earned your way there. So I will be sending you a piece of coal. And I've actually been looking to get my wife like a new necklace or something. So if you could take that coal, insert it into your ass. It seems like it's probably tight enough where I think you'll have a diamond in a couple of days. You mail it back to me. Bada bing, bada boom. Everybody's happy. My wife gets a new diamond necklace. What do you think, Lori? I mean, come on, dude. Help me out a little bit. All right, next on the naughty list. I missed the boat here. how I did not throw Jimbo Fisher on there when I'm talking about disappointing coaches in Mario Cristobal, Brent Venables. Jimbo Fisher probably should have been persona number 1 on that list. I think that Texas A&M fans at this point would quite literally send Jimbo Fisher coal, probably will this Christmas. I talked to some guys immediately after the game ended when they beat LSU, and some of the LSU A&M media members, and I was expecting them to be happy, and they were like, "Yeah, we're like kind of happy," but their biggest fear was now that Jimbo was going to feel empowered that what he was doing was right and to keep doing what he was doing. That's how bad it has gotten in College Station that they couldn't even enjoy beating LSU at the end of the year because they just felt that it made Jimbo feel better about the direction of the program. And now you see, look, the recruiting class this year isn't anything to write home about right now. You see guys leaving at an alarming rate. Jimbo Fisher has really blown this. My other naughty list choice on here, Mark Emmert. Mark Emmert, and not because what you think, not because he kind of set back and did nothing while college football changed drastically, because I've thought about that a lot. And I have segments on air and different stuff where you can find me yelling about Mark Emmert and the inactivity and the just kind of complete ignoring of the realities. But the more I critically thought about it, I don't really know what else Mark Emmert could have done. I mean, granted, that's probably a bit of a lazy take. Maybe there are way more proactive ways to handle the creation of NIL and make it more federal, not some patchwork laws and the enforcement. But like the NCAA doesn't really have the resources to enforce to begin with. And they're kind of handcuffed because as the second that the NCAA steps out of line in terms of enforcement or trying to stop players from getting paid by these states' laws, there are multiple antitrust lawsuits already written up and ready to roll. So, Mark Emmert, I don't even mind how you handle the last few years of the NCAA and college football and everything. I do mind that Reggie Bush still does not have his Heisman Trophy. It is the height of absurdity. It is so beyond stupid in a day and age. What? You think Reggie Bush deserves to not have a Heisman Trophy? Do I need to stick coal up your ass, Aaron?
The rules were the rules when he played. Did he break the rules when he played? Did he break the rules when he played?
Again. You're messing with me again.
You're messing with me again. No, I'm not. Did he break the rules?
Did you ever get a $100 handshake? Did you ever eat a meal at a booster's house?
Nope.
You never had a single meal at a booster's house. Did a coach that was recruiting you ever pay for a meal?
Nope.
Look at me. Aaron,
I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you.
Look at me in the eyes.
I'm looking at you in the eyes.
You are lying.
Never,
you are absolutely lying.
Did I have a McDonald's bag handed to me with cash in it or any?
I never said that. If we're going to be a stickler about the rules, I'm talking about a free meal. I'm talking about a $20 handshake. I'm talking about somebody paying for your meal when you're out to eat because they saw you out there. Because all of those are NCAA
even
violations.
Even my parents got offered a free meal out one time in Athens. My parents said, "No, sorry, we can't accept that." No, I didn't. I'm not saying other people didn't, but they didn't get caught. They didn't get caught, T-Bob. He got caught. Do you know he broke the rules?
How much money Reggie Bush made USC? Do you know how much money Reggie Bush made USC in college football?
You know how much money that Tebow made Florida? How do you think Tebow took any handshakes with $20 bills in it? Probably not.
Okay.
Did he have the opportunity to get money?
That's kind of an unfair comp, right? Because then you're like say anything in life about somebody doing something wrong and be like, do you think fucking Jesus did it? I don't know. Did Jesus ever think about banging his neighbor's wife?
I'm just saying.
That's not fair. That's not
fair.
There
are plenty of people that did not take the handshake. He broke the rules. Plain and simple. He broke the damn rules and got caught.
This is unbelievable. He provided a house for his mother as people were making millions of dollars off his back. In today's day and age,
AJ Green got suspended 4 games. He got suspended 4 games for selling a jersey to pay for his mom's rent. Todd Gurley got
and you support that. And you support that. So ipso facto,
no, I support NIL.
That is right.
I think it's stupid, but it's still illegal. It's still illegal. Like we all got it. Like we're like, damn, that sucks. That should not be the case. Rules need to be changed, and they did change. But at the time, that was still the rule. Did I think it was stupid? Yes. I thought it was idiotic, and I wanted NIL to occur. I wanted us to be able to make money off our name, image, likeness, to be able to support ourselves, to be able to support our family. But at the time, It was illegal to do that.
Unbelievable, dude. He earned that Heisman. He was the best college football player. And with the benefit of hindsight, we can see how ridiculous it was that he was artificially capped. Give that man his Heisman back. Brum, are you as shocked as I am with Aaron's hard stance here?
I'm pretty blown away. I'm pretty. I mean, Aaron does. I will say, now that I hear it and think about it, I'm not that surprised. But I did not expect it to derail the show. No, I did not. But it is wild.
What's so wild?
I mean,
because you are like, okay, so I get it. So you're kind of like, I'll do it how you do this in like 2022 style. You're a Nazi. Like you would have gotten orders.
Whoa!
Yeah, because those were the rules. No, because those are the rules. He's like, I'm going to follow the rules. It doesn't matter if the rules are stupid or if the rules are morally or ethically absurd. It's the law.
Sorry, I didn't want to go. I didn't go around. I didn't go around to every booster asking for money. Like, hey, give me some money. I want to go, clubbing or whatever. Like, I understood
exactly
that when I went to
say
that,
like,
Georgia,
it's a bad thing, but that should have been well within your rights.
I know it's not, but I get it. And there was a change of the rules because there was enough momentum to make that happen. But doesn't mean that when I was back at Georgia, just because I wanted to make it happen, because I thought I was right, that I could just go out there and freelance whatever the hell I want, because I knew at the time there would be consequences for me and there would be consequences for my team if I went out there and did something at the time that was illegal.
Hey, Reggie didn't get caught though, right? I mean, did they have to vacate national titles or anything? I don't think so, right? So he didn't hurt the team.
It's hard to keep up. Like, I think, like,
but they had some bans, postseason bans.
They do, and then they don't. Like, it's hard to keep track of that stuff. But it is the irony is not lost on me that Aaron is now the CEO of an NIL company, is talking and is.
Well, no.
I do like. Hey, Kirby Weiser in the chat with a great chat. He said, cancel all offer calling a Jewish man a Nazi.
Yeah.
Hey, look, but you would have been the guy. I'm just following orders. I didn't want to hit the button. But like Commander Heinstoffen told me to.
All right, I'm going. I'm doing a naughty and nice because we have derailed the show. And we have.
All right, let me get back on it. I will answer the question. Yes, I am. My mom is Jewish. My dad's Catholic. So I'm a cashew for those new to the show. That's why T-Bob, I kind of let him run with it at times. All right.
It sounds like I'm doing a lot of anti-Jewish talk. That is not true. Just like, that's why I let T-Bob run with his Jew jokes. What are you talking about? No, that is not true. I have made one joke on this show. And it's when you didn't know when Hanukkah started. And so I said, you may be a damn good dog, but you're a damn bad Jew. Okay. And that's the only one.
And then you called him a Nazi. That's two.
Okay. But the Nazi.
That's a second infraction.
No. Y'all are the ones that had nothing to do with Aaron's Jewish heritage. I could just as well as, any unjust system of rule that has existed. Okay, Aaron works for the CCP. Isn't that the Chinese Communist government? He's out there like rounding people up, squashing human rights, all because it's the law of the land, because those are the rules. Who cares if the rules are wrong? Okay, I'm sorry. Get back.
All right, so I'm going to stick on the rules here, and I'm going to go a little Cole right now to get back on our naughty or nice list. On my naughty list is these collectives across the country right now that are doing it the wrong way. And in the wrong way, what I mean is they're not out there seeking deals. There are some collectives that are out there.
They're not signing up with the Players Lounge ran by Aaron Murray.
Yes, they're not. Sign up with us in the Players Lounge to take care of your student athletes. We've only given student athletes right around $600,000, $700,000. We're doing our job. But no. Finding legitimate ways of being a matchmaker and saying, oh, let us go into the community and find local businesses that want to help support our student athletes. Instead, what are they doing? They've turned themselves into a GoFundMe to go out there to use those funds to entice student athletes across America to leave their universities or go from their high school to commit to the university because they got the bigger bag. That's what it's turned into. It is turned into essentially Major League Baseball. If I'm the New York Yankees, I can go pay Aaron Judge $300 million. If I'm X university, I'm not going to name names here, I can go pay Drake May $5 million to come to my university. That is not what NIL was intended. I hate it. It's stupid. It's unfair. It's bullcrap. This is not a salary cap. It should not be a salary cap. It should be you ball out and Dr. Pepper wants to give you a deal to go jump on their commercials like Bryce Young. You earn that opportunity. Not your university came together with $30 million and you're the starting quarterback. So here's $5 million to come play at whatever university.
I don't understand you. I mean, maybe my CCC comparison was more on target than I thought, because that's some pretty communistic talk there, Aaron Murray. This country was founded on a free market. Capitalism is it's like Jalen Rose says, you are worth whatever someone is willing to pay you. And I don't give a shit if it's little elves from Nabisco cooking their cookies in the tree that want to pay me $5 million, or it's Rodney Steen, owner of Steen's Automotive down the street. I'm taking that money. Man. I'm getting paid. I'm maximizing.
I'm not mad at the kids. I'm not mad at the kids. I'm mad at the fact that this is allowed. Like, if we want to create some sort of salary cap and say, okay, listen, college football, each team gets $20 million, and you can figure out however the hell you want to pay that. You can go out there and get the number one quarterback and pay him $15 million a year and have $5 million for the rest of your roster. Fine, do that. But the fact that certain universities, because of their boosters, because of their fans' love for their football team and want to find a ways to put money into this essentially GoFundMe page to pay their players to entice kids to come, that's what I don't like. Just make it equal. Just make a damn salary cap if we want to go that route. Each university gets X amount of money.
Isn't that the great irony, though, of salary caps? It's what all these mega billionaire owners argue for, but salary caps in and of themselves are a way of wage control. Like, salary caps are socialist. They are communist. They're ways of artificially capping the wages that someone can earn. You're trying to take money out of players' pockets. Look, we here at Olaf and Olaf, okay,
they can believe still in your rights. Get money.
They can't take your money, okay? They can't take your money. And if you want to max, look, me and my team have been hard at work. We have written up the antitrust lawsuits, Aaron Murray. You try to pass this salary cap crap, and you're going to be hearing from me, Elsa, Anna, Christoph, Sven, our star reindeer lawyer. You're about to be in some trouble, Bo. That's all I'm saying, dude.
T-Bob.
Yes.
Speaking of NIL, I'm not putting this on the naughty or nice list. I feel like I just have to tell you. Dabo at his press conference was asked about NIL, and he said, quote, "We built this program on NIL. We really did. We built this program in God's name, image, and likeness."
No. Okay. Guys.
I had to find out two places to make sure it was real.
Is that real? We're not getting like PFT'd or anything?
No, we're not. I double confirmed it.
It's a real comment?
Wow.
Okay. I guess I'm laughing for multiple reasons. Look, I am not someone who is anti-religious or anything. I grew up going to church every Sunday. I attended a Christian school my entire life. I know the Bible very well. I have my own relationship and sets of beliefs and everything like that. But if you just talk about, like, if you were to exactly like the fact that you had to double check that's real says everything. Like, if you were going to satirize Dabo Swinney, or if you were going to write like a Saturday Night Live skit about Dabo Swinney, that would be the line. Like, that would be the line, because he's known for being very religious at a public institution, which I think Clemson is, whatever. That is amazing. And to be fair, Dabo, I think, actually really did build the program that way, for whatever that's worth. And for a long time, in a day and age when Aaron was happier, nobody could get paid. It worked. It worked for a lot of kids. I wonder, though, nowadays, like, even the most evangelical of kids with the firmest beliefs, I wonder if Jesus's name, image, and likeness, how that will compare to, again, Todd Steen down there at Steen's Automotive offering $2 million a year. We'll see.
All right, we got to go.
We'll see. You got a flight to catch, Brum. We got to go. Brum tried to make us get on Ryan Day for being on the naughty list again. Deion Sanders on the nice list. Hey, you know who's on the nice list? Ryan Brumley, Paul Farrington, Pat Gunner, Danny Cardenas, Aaron Murray, our amazing wives, our kids. And you know who's really on the nice list? All of you in the chat and who are listening on podcasts. Remember, if you're listening on podcasts, you want to see this episode, youtube.com/thevolume. You catch all the episodes on demand there. Like it, subscribe, and please, y'all. We see the ratings and the reviews going up. It makes my day. Please continue to review and share the podcast. If you're signed up for FanDuel, also in the nice list, except when I lose bets. Sign up for FanDuel, promo code SNAPS. They always got great sign-up deals going on. Huge thank you. Really do love y'all. Sorry it wasn't as interactive chat. I can't really read chat today. I see a $35 super chat, 5 more minutes. I wish. Brum has to go, but this is the most fun part every day. Hey, Brum, when are we back? Tuesday?
Wednesday.
Oh, man. Well,
Tuesday.
If you miss half of the show, Friday night, Gasparilla Bowl, your boy will be on it. Tuesday,
hell yeah.
Camila Bowl, I'll be on it.
I'm down.
There you go.
Damn, look at this man, dude. Just stays working during both seasons, both sides
Grinding,
of Christmas.
baby.
What a beast, dude. Hey, for real, though, we love y'all. Merry Christmas, Aaron. Merry Christmas, Brum.
Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah.
I hope everybody has a great day, and we'll see you next week. This will all make sense when I am older. When I am older, this will all make sense. Da, 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 da.